Welcome to MEH, where making excellent happen. This is the place. You have tuned into the right station, the right mindset. Today is your day. Also, this is the place where you can become a lifelong learner. I want you to remember a quote that I read a lot from Malcolm X. And he said, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Let me read that again so that you can really get a good grasp of what education is really about. He said, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So today is your day. So I have a question for you. And the question is, who am I? That's the question you need to look in the mirror and say to yourself, who am I? You have been walking around believing that you are one thing, but you haven't really assessed and really looked at who are you. Other people have defined who you are. Other people have told you who you are, and you have mimicked that for all your life. But I'm here to tell you today, you've been living a reality show. Now, a lot of you probably watch reality shows and say that it's called a reality show because it's a reality. But understand that they are in front of a camera, and in front of the camera, sometimes they splice for the segment that they want to portray a person. So sometimes it's not the true person. So I'm asking you today, turn the TV off, turn your radio off, turn your music off, turn Instagram off, turn Facebook off, or whatever social media you are on, turn it off and spend some time with yourself. This is what I had to do with myself. So I want to pose to you, many people will say to themselves they want to be the CEO. Do you want to be a CEO? If you want to be a CEO, I challenge you today, and from this day forward, be the CEO of your life first. In order to do anything else, to be whatever you want to be, whatever you desire, whatever your heart tells you you are, first you must control the most important person in your life. That is you. We all have to face this at some point in our life. So I'm asking you today, face it. Don't run from it. Face it. So I say to you, today is your lucky day, because today is the day that you can begin this journey. And I promise you, it's a journey of ups and downs, but the beauty about it is when you come out of it, it's a greater feeling. You feel like you have climbed Mount Everest. You will feel that this journey has been worth everything that you have been through, even the times when you don't think that it's going to go right, or you don't think that it is right. This journey is a journey of that kind of journey. You're going to have ups and downs. You're not going to have a great day every day. But one thing about it is, I'm going to tell you at the end, there's a secret to having a good day every day. Even the days that you think that is not a good day, you can still have a good day. But you got to begin that journey. But you got to begin that journey with yourself. And you got to start by telling people sometimes, I can't do that. No, that's not in my psyche. I don't believe in that. So I got to be who I am. Don't be afraid. So you got to start understanding who you are. And one of our old songs that I always like to think about that kind of puts me in the mood to understand this concept very well is a Michael Jackson song. And the song is Man in the Mirror. And he said, if you want to change the world, you can't change the world until you do what? Look at the man or that woman in the mirror. Because change begins with you. Yes, I said it. Change begins with you. You cannot change your house, your block, your school, or anything that you come in contact with until what? You change yourself. Because once you change yourself, you will have access to things you never thought that you would have access to. So I'm telling you today, look at that man or that woman in the mirror and start with that person and ask that person, who am I? Really evaluate it, really assess that. And if you don't know who you are, I'm telling you, keep a journal and write down everything that happens to you every single day. And you'll start seeing who you really are. So in 2009, I was going through one of my most difficult times in my life. I was a teacher, and I was shut out the door from teaching. They told me I had to go home and you no longer had a job here for whatever reason. But the thing about all that was happening, I didn't understand for what, why, what did I do wrong? I thought I was a good teacher. I thought that this was going to be my career. But I had said before I even started teaching that I wanted to get a college degree. So let me tell you what really changed my mind. And this is 2009. So I'm telling you a personal story about myself. So in 2009, I had done a permanent sub position at the school that I did my student teaching. And I thought I did a real good job. And they knew I did a good job because they offered me a job at the end of the year. So I was like, I finally made it. I finally got to the place that I wanted to be. So the last day of school, they came to me and said, Merle, you did a real good job. We'd like to hire you. Do you accept? And without hesitation, I accept. And I was so excited. But then in July, my life changed. In July, they called me into office and said, Mr. wants to speak to you. The principal wants to speak to you. And so I went in the middle of July, wondering what is going on. Why would they want to speak to me? And they told me, we can't hire you due to specific reasons. Now, I'm not going to go into the reasons of why, but I want you to know that they took my job from me. That was my lowest point in my life. I didn't know what else to do, didn't know what else to say, didn't know how I was going to live the rest of my life. I had already went 4 years of college and got a teaching degree, and I thought that that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life in that school. But as I gathered myself, although it was the worst day, it was so bad that day, I went home and I was really down on myself and didn't know where I was going the next day. But I woke up the next morning and I vowed that next day, I said to myself, no longer will anybody else control my destiny. I'm going to control my destiny. I pointed to myself. I looked at that man in that mirror and I told that man in the mirror, from here on out, you will control your destiny. And so that's what I did. But the thing that got me through it is somebody introduced me to Dr. Wayne Dyer. And Dr. Wayne Dyer had a statement, especially on this specific CD, that I listened to for about 3-4 months straight, every single day. Every time I got in the car, I listened to this. And he said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Let me say that again to you. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So from that day forward, I changed who I was. I was able to answer that question, who am I? So I want you to ask that question to yourself. I'm going to leave you with this. Follow yourself. Find out who you are. And I promise you, you will be in a greater place. Because when you get to know who you are, and you get to see who you are, and you get to believe in who you are, you won't have to tell anybody else who you are. They'll automatically know. You won't have to convince anybody to believe in you. Why? Because they'll believe in you because they will see that you have become the person that you wanted to be. Don't accept anybody's definition of you. Don't accept it. Be you. If you are different, be different. You don't have to be accepted. But what you will do when you learn who you are, people will respect you because you will be honest and they will see that you are a genuine person. So I want to leave you with that. As you believe in yourself, believing in yourself, because once you believe in yourself, nothing will stop you. I became the CEO of my life 2009. And as of this year, 2013, August 28th of this year, I've completed my master's degree. Something that I never thought that I could do, because a young man like me never thought that I was smart, because I didn't do everything I was supposed to do in high school. I was not even an average student. I was just a hang-on student. I just did enough. And I didn't care about my grades. I didn't care about myself. But now I tell you, I care. And I care about you. So that's why I'm putting these videos up. I'm putting these videos up because there's somebody out there who is waiting to hear what I have to say to them. And I'm telling you, I've been through it. It's not something somebody else been through and I've read in the book. I'm telling you a personal story of myself. I know who I am now, and there's no turning back. It's the most beautiful thing that I've ever experienced. So, understand you are now with MEH, because MEH make excellent happen. And MEH is a place where you become a lifelong learner. Be you. Change today. Change for yourself. Have a good one.